Okay, so we're back in on tutorial. So we're gonna learn variable right now, and you know what? So I'm struggling to how I gonna approach this thing anyway. So before we start this, on first tutorial I make, so on first video on TypeScript, I say to you, you should never learn this if you're a beginner, like you don't have any programming language, and TypeScript will become your first programming language. Absolutely no, I'm not recommending this to be your first programming language anyway. It doesn't make any sense right now. If you're gonna learn this TypeScript, you're not gonna learn this right now ASAP, and that's the thing. And you know what? If I'm start teaching you this kind of thing, variable, loop, all of that, I think the best language to teach you that is C sharp and Python, because I can explain it more easily of those two language I say compare to TypeScript. I'm gonna talk about JavaScript, all of that that you're not gonna learn. You don't need that right now. And this thing I'm gonna doing tutorials fast paced and not gonna explain all of the things. It doesn't make any sense if you hear this thing right now, and that's why I write this thing. So basically JavaScript and TypeScript are absolutely the same. We're using a like we're gonna how you it's same on C sharp and Java. We're gonna declare it if variable is string, number, something like it. It's so easy to understand if you have learned Java or C sharp, those two. It makes sense to do that. So if you're a beginner, you want to jump in on this thing, you should never learn this as your first programming language. It does not make any sense anyway. So I'm struggling to make a how I'm gonna approach this to more easily. So you know what? Let's just start it anyway. And okay, so on TypeScript, you're gonna declare on, like for example, on JavaScript, you're gonna say let name something like that. So on JavaScript like this, so it will give you an error because on TypeScript you should declare what type of this thing. You should be specify this thing string, and that's it. So that you're gonna learn on variable. Okay, so this thing will not work if you're TypeScript. So you need on JavaScript, this will run okay, nothing gonna error. So it will compile this. You're gonna give this type of error, cannot block scope variable name ts on TypeScript. You're gonna get this kind of error if you try to compile this. So I never what kind of error they're gonna give me. So it did not give you an error, so what the hell. So on Dino right now, so you not gonna get a error message on runtime. Doesn't make any sense right now to learn. So Dino run and main.ts should give you an error, right? So it did not give an error right now on version 1. Okay, so you know what, let's just write the how you're gonna write variable on TypeScript. And in order to do that, let's say let name, and we're gonna declare this string. So we want to be string, right? So John, like that, and let, and say salary should be number, and we want to, let's say like that, and let age, we want number on this one, and let's say I'm 26 right now, 0.00, and we want, so let's say not names, and first name, and copy that. Last name, so last name is like that. So let full name, so we're gonna use concatenation. So beginner. Okay, so concatenation, you're gonna combine two variables to do this thing. So first name, and last name, like that. And you know what, let's just compile this thing, so it's getting longer. Console.log. Okay, I'm gonna do it quick. Last name, salary, age, full name, so something like that. And console.log, do this thing, like that. We compile it. So how we're gonna compile it, so we're gonna do dino run and main.ts. Okay, it compiled. Okay, that's how it works now on TypeScript. In order you to declare this, you're gonna declare what type of this, string, and number. Okay, so I run this on Dino before we start, right? It did not give me an error right now because it's version 1. It compiled this thing. I think they're gonna fix this on the future, right? So that's the reason I should not learn this. If you're absolute beginner, it just say should learn another language first before you jump in on this thing. And yeah, salary, age, full name, so that's how we're gonna do it, number, like that. And yeah, so if you don't declare, they say on this one, so when you declare a var, you have a per option, declare the variable statement. So variable, identifier, so identifier and type notation and equals to value. So this is the one. And if you don't declare what is it, it's set to undefined. Is this true? Undefined? They say undefined, and what it is, it's like this. So let's say alias or something like that, and we gonna to be string is equal to nothing, like this. So this is the one, and this one identifier without even value, let, and let's say nickname, and is equal to value. So we're gonna name it to nickname, so 25, I guess, like that. So this is the number 3, and declare neither var not type. So let equals to nickname 2, and like that. It will compile. Yeah, it did not give error. So this is how we're gonna do this on TypeScript, like that. And you know what, we're good to go, and already tackle all of this, the variable. And let's just save this thing. Okay, so something like that. Push to origin. Okay, so we're done on the variable. So this is different on normal JavaScript. So you should be specify this string, number, or like that. So that's how we're gonna do it on TypeScript right now. And yeah, see you. Let's go to the next tutorial.